Some morning, incredible morning as we get organized here and connect on social media as well as different conference call lines across the country, across the world.
Enter the conference ID, followed by the pound key. Thank you. Moderator ID accepted. All guests are currently unmuted. To mute all guests, press pound, pound. For help with host options, press *0. You will now be connected with the conference.
Good morning, awesome morning, incredible morning. We'd like to welcome you to the Mavet Way Mastermind Group 90-day millionaire mentality challenge as we approach day number 76. Can you believe that? 76 days. And then after we finish this 90, we'll start with our second 90. We're going to stay consistent with this process because our main objective is to help everyone master their minds with a focus on mind mastery. Our program and our mastermind group has been built on the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich. We're a financial education and wealth creation mastermind group. Our cause is to empower communities of all races and financial backgrounds. We got access to over 100 banks across the country, and we specialize in helping people who are credit challenged. We're even more excited now that they initiated trillions and trillions of dollars into our communities, and they're doing it in reference to helping folks out, a stimulus package where they're going to be sending checks out. But also there's a major injection in loans for businesses across the country, new and existing businesses. And our mastermind group has access to the resources, which are the individuals who are strategically in places to inform us of what's happening and also inform us how we can utilize those particular resources and services to disseminate the money to the communities across the country. So we're one, I'm sure, of many resources that you can utilize, but we put a special emphasis on mindsets to acquire wealth. If you chase money, you'll never have it, but if you chase personal growth and capture it, you're sure to obtain wealth. And the great thing about capturing personal growth is it's all about choice. Has nothing to do with how old you are, how young you are, whatever your situation might be in. As long as you have something that everybody has, which is a mind. Now it's your choice of whether you want to control it or not. It's that simple. And it's that hard. Why is it that hard? Because as one side, this is the problem. It's easy to do. No, excuse me. It's easy to do, but here's the problem. It's easy not to do. It's too easy not to do. So that's why so many people don't do it. Does it take a level of discipline? Absolutely. Does it take focus? Absolutely. And even though those things make sense consciously, obviously they're not making sense subconsciously because more people would do it. Also, you have to initiate the right practices. They say practice makes perfect. No, practice makes permanent. If you're permanently doing the wrong things, you're permanently going to get the wrong results. That's why I emphasize Think and Grow Rich. Everybody should be reading this. When I first started out, I said everyone should read 10 pages. Well, I'm changing that. I'm going to make it so simple. We're going to split that in half. 5 pages. 5 pages. Read 5 pages a day. Do not get off track. It's easy to get off track. I'm going to emphasize, I can't emphasize this more than, how can I put it? What I'm saying is extremely, extremely, extremely important. I can't emphasize how extremely, extremely, extremely important this is if you want to acquire wealth. And if you want to take advantage of what's happening in today's society, not just here in our country, but across the world. Now, I want to let you know it's okay to take advantage of it if you're going to give back to get back. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay to invest. And it's okay to get a return on your investment. A lot of us invest time, energy, and money, but we're not getting a return on our investment. Well, if your investment is based on giving, say, specialized knowledge, it's okay to receive. And there's no better time than right now to do it. Just take my word on this. And if you can't take my word on it, go read the book. This book was published during the Depression. And since its conception, arguably has created more millionaires and billionaires. And it puts a special emphasis on a time where people were desperate, a time where people were confused, a time where people had fear and doubt. Sounds like right now, doesn't it? It emphasized this was the best time to acquire wealth. And guess what it was? More millionaires were created during the Depression than any other time in the history of America. And every time there's a downtick, what it does is it shakes things up in the financial world. Don't you think things are being shaken up in the financial world? Well, when there's order, there are positions in that order. There are positions in the 5%. They say 5% of the people control 95% of the wealth. And there's order in the 95%. Now, I want you to think of 2 streams. You got this? 2 streams. You know how they have a stream on the side of a bank and you can go down with the stream? You ever see them when they canoe and they flow with the stream? There's 2 streams. There's one stream going down and there's one stream going up. And you go with the flow of the stream. Well, what's happening with our economy right now? It's going down. So people in the 95%, guess what? They're going down. And people in the 5%, guess what? They're going down. So even in the 95%, there's a hierarchy in the 95%. I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say individuals who are making 100,000 or 200,000 a year, 500,000, even $1 million a year. Depends on not how much money you make, but how much money you're keeping. Because you can make $1 million a year, but you're spending 900,000. So what is your net? 100,000. See, it's not your gross that's your true value. It's your net. That's your true value. It's like in a business. It's not your gross, it's your net. It's what you take out. But we don't have that mentality. You weren't taught that in school. What's your value? Well, if I take my houses and I take my cars and I take all this, that's my value. Yeah, okay. But what's your true value? Meaning, what's your cash flow? What do you net? That's your true value. So don't get caught up with people who have the most stuff. Guess what? The individuals who have the most cars, they're paying for those cars, unless they purchase them with cash. But even then, they're depreciating unless they're considered to be antiques or cars of value, meaning they don't depreciate as much, and eventually they go up the older that they get, obviously. But we're not getting into that. We're just talking about basic vehicles that 95% of the individuals get. There's a major depreciation. You know, once you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates immediately. So don't get caught up in people's stuff right now. Guess what? Ain't no one caught up in people's stuff right now, because they need to get caught up in their own stuff, because they're wondering if they even going to keep their stuff. First, they're admiring other people's stuff. Now, it's like, wow, I'm at home when I'm not working. Now they're more focused on their stuff. That means everyone's going downstream. Then there's the individuals. Now, remember, the 5%ers are being shaken up in the 95%ers, especially the hierarchy. People on the bottom of the 95%ers, like, shoot, we've been shaken up. We ain't got no money. That's the paycheck to paycheck, month to month. Last month's bills are this month's paycheck. I was on that team. That's downstream, meaning that's where the stream is going. But then there's upstream. There's some resistance, but not as much. Why? Because there's a whole bunch of folks going downstream, where if you just change your mindset not to a downstream mentality, but an upstream mentality, take this, and you know what I'm saying makes sense. You know what I'm saying right now makes sense. Change your downstream. How can I change my downstream mentality? Don't look at news as much. You need to be aware. Don't get caught up in propaganda as much. You're going to do it. You're just going to do it. But cut it in half. Just have this attitude. It's all going to work its way out. What else you going to think? Gloom and doom? Oh, what we going to do? You got two choices. A downstream mentality or upstream mentality. Now, if you have an upstream mentality, what are you doing? You're reading books like Think and Grow Rich. If you have an upstream mentality, what are you doing? You're affirming every day. You're talking to you. You ain't listening as much to what's happening out there. You are talking to you. You guys know, if you don't know, words are powerful. If you don't know, words are powerful. Matter of fact, it's because of words, self-talk, I call it rich self-talk, is the reason why you're living in the society that you're living right now. Because all the individuals who have created basically our present economy, that's how they became successful. Well, how do you know that, Mr. C? Think and Grow Rich. Andrew Carnegie, probably the first recorded billionaire in reference to his value. Hyde Napoleon Hill. To interview individuals like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Theodore Roosevelt on how they think. And what he came to the conclusion is very simple. First, you become what you think about, which there's a lot of people are going to argue on how to become successful. There's a whole bunch of techniques out there. I'm not here to debate that. What I am saying, one thing across the board that everyone agrees with is you become what you think about. Now, if there's a shakeup, see, everyone's trying to get into the hierarchy of the 95%. They don't even know it, but I'm telling you the percentage. And then there's individuals who want to transition into the 5%. My mentor taught me this a long time ago. I didn't believe him when he told me. He says it's always going to be 5% of people control 95% of the wealth. Now, some people might even say 3 or whatever, but this is what he taught me, and that's what I know. And guess what? 61 years old, it ain't changed. He was right. He was right. But even if you don't want to be in the 5%, at least be at the top of the 95%. Now, if you want to define it as something else, that's okay. But you're listening to different analogies. I just want to get you to do one main thing, and that's think. Okay? Now, if there's a shakeup in the 5%ers and a shakeup in the hierarchy of the 95%ers and a shakeup of everything down, that means it's shaking up. I mean, there's confusion. That means people are losing those positions. There's always a balance, cause and effect. There's always a balance in the universe. There's always a balance in the universe. Even when there is an imbalance, what happens is the universe balances it. It's because something, and I'm not the guru, but all I know is there's always a balance. Mother Nature balances things out. So when there's a shakeup, that means there has to be a balance of people going upstream. But what the universe, what infinite intelligence, what God does is sprinkle down ideas and concepts. This is when you're emotional. When you're emotional, everyone's emotional, right? That's when the imagination starts to kick in. Not when you're complacent. Not when you get up in the morning, take a shower, grab something real quick, go to work, come back home, watch a little bit of TV, go to sleep, get up in the morning, take a shower, get a little something to eat, over and over and over. There ain't no imagination. But when you at home tripping, like, oh my God, am I going to get my job? What am I going to do? Wait a minute. Once you start saying, well, what am I going to do? What happens? The imagination kicks in. And when you're saying it, is there emotion? There's some people who are saying, what am I going to do? And God says, infinite intelligence, super subconscious mind, I am, whatever you want to define your creator be, say, here's an idea. And there's a whole bunch of ideas going on right now. There's a whole bunch of, see, how do you think? See, you got to understand this dynamics of the universe and what's happening. I need to understand it. I do have some understanding. Why? Because I lost everything last time around. And I told myself I wasn't. I lost everything mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. I lost my mind. I was diagnosed as being functionally depressed. I told myself I wasn't going to let that happen to me again. And I focused, and then all of a sudden ideas came into my head that says these are things that you can do not to let that happen to you again. And right now, a lot of you are going through what I went through back then. Or there's individuals who are just using their imaginations. And this is the crazy part. There'll be more home-based businesses because more people are using their imagination on how they can work at home. We got our own program. We just happened to have it before COVID-19. I guess we had some imagination, and we knew the economy was going to go down. I didn't know about COVID-19, and we didn't know about COVID-19. So we set up the mastermind group before COVID-19. Think about this. We set up this mastermind group before COVID-19. And I'm going to tell you, this is my personal opinion. If you're not with a group of people who have a upstream mentality, you better switch some streams quick and in a hurry. I don't know who you with. It's real simple for you to try to understand what stream you're in. I'm going to give you the technique. You ready? Listen very closely. You step back. This is the technique. I want you to do it just like this. You put your finger on your chin and you kind of put your head to the side and you look at them. You know how when you really looking, not like, dude, I'm looking. No, I want you to go through the motions. You step back, lean like to the side a little bit, put your fingers on your chin. You stare at the people around you. And it's a simple question. And you ask yourself this question. This will let you know if you're in the right stream. Look at all the people around you that you talk to, spend time with. Now, you know what? I'm just telling you how to get upstream. This might offend some people because you love and care about some folks, and I respect that. But I'm going to tell you on how to switch streams. That's all I'm here to tell you. You can get into the other emotional attachments after I tell you this. Okay? Just put your head to the side, put your finger on your chin, and you look at them. You really look at them. Don't let them know you're looking at them. Or you can look at them in your head and you ask yourself a simple question. Do I want what they have? I mean, the people who are giving you advice, telling you this, telling you that, giving all this, they doing research on the internet, because understand where their frequency is at. Understand if they're going downstream, their frequency is going down and they're attracting down things. But I don't have time to get into that. I don't have the time. Oh, you can call it the law of attraction, which is really secondary, because the law of vibration is primary. That means they're vibrating on that frequency wise, because frequency is a level of vibration. So that means their frequency is low. So they're attracting low frequency stuff. So let's get back to the technique. You take your finger and put it and look to the side and look at them. And even if you got to look at them, close your eyes and look at them. And it's real simple. This is so simple. But guess what? It's so simple. But the problem is it's so simple not to do. It's just so simple. This is duh. Like my mentor used to say, when you teach something, you got to make it duh proof. Why did he say that? So it's like, duh, of course. That makes sense. Like you can't even debate it. Duh. Okay? So you put your hand on your chin and you look at them, whether in your mind, and you got to include relatives on this. No one gets excluded from this. Sorry. Love does not eliminate people from this process, because you might love some folks, but they might be going downstream. And right now, you need to go upstream, okay? So you put your finger on your chin and you look at them and you say, do I want what they have? Now, it's not just stuff. Do I want to talk the way they talk? Do I want to see things the way they see things? Do I want to think the way they think? And then look at their stuff. Do I want what they got? Do they got any stacks? Wait a minute. Some of y'all listen to broke people. Oh my God. And you know you are. You need to evaluate how you thinking. This is my question to you. Why are you listening to broke people all the time? And I'm not saying broke people are bad people, but if we're talking about money, we ain't talking about giving you advice on cooking. We ain't talking about giving you advice on sewing or carpentry or electricity or whatever specialized knowledge. We just talking about broke. And you know who's broke. Once again, if you're thinking that I'm trying to down people, you're not, because I've been there, done that, wore that t-shirt. I was the king of broke, or one of the kings. I was making $18,000 a year. I was $48,000 in debt. I was getting paid every 2 weeks. Thank God for 3 packs of oodles and noodles for $1. I get it. Thank God that my friends came over for the weekend. And then when Thursday come, I went back into the couch that they were sitting on, and thank God that some change slipped out of their pockets. Thank God I had a hamper where I used to go in a hamper and go into my dirty clothes and used to find change. Thank God. Okay. Can we define not forgetting where we come from? I remember like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, that's what motivates me not to ever go back there again. But guess what? I went back there again. So I ain't going back there no more. It ain't happening. I don't know about you. But at that time when I lost everything, I started saying, I'm tired of going damn downstream. But the problem is I tasted upstream. Now, and when you ain't never taste upstream, meaning you making more money than you ever made in your life and you keep making money. If you never tasted that, okay, I get it. But then you got to be sick and tired of going downstream. What's downstream? The stream that everybody else is going down. So if there's a shakeup in remember the universe, it's balancing now. There's got to be some people to replace the people in the 5%, and there's got to be some people that's going to replace people in the 95%. And it don't come when everything is settled. It comes when there's COVID-19. It comes when the economy is going down. It comes when the government says, here's quadrillions of dollars. How you going to think now? Are you going to think conspiracy theories? Are you going to think all that? Or are you going to think, I'm just going to think on what I want? Period. I don't know what you want, but this is the time to think about what you want. Forget about what anyone is telling you. Think about what you want. You want that 3-bedroom house? Stay focused on that. You want 3 businesses? Stay focused on that. If you want $1 million in the bank, stay whatever you want. Don't focus on what other people want, because if you're listening to them, you're buying what they want to tell you. My mentor taught me a long time ago, you either buying somebody else's story or you selling yours. You need to start thinking and start selling your story. Forget anybody else's story, because they all stories until they become facts. And guess what? If any of those stories do become facts, we all going to work our way out. We working our way out of this. If we can work our way out of this, we can work our way out of it. It is the whole world is shut down. And guess what? If you haven't noticed, we're working our way out. We're working because they know there's a shakeup in power. I hear a whole bunch of conspiracy stories out there. Guess what I think about them? I don't care. I'm listening. I'm understanding, but I can't care about something that ain't happened yet. I can prepare. You know what prepares you for all that stuff? Money. How about that? If you're in the 5%ers, whatever happens, you got money to deal with it. But more important than money, you got the mindset, because you had to get the mindset to get the money. Because if you're getting money now, you're using your mind. So if you got money, that means you've used your mind. And you've used your mind the best time. So you know what money represents? You got your mind together. Some people might want to debate me. Okay, I'm an investor. That's what I do. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a spiritual leader. I'm an investor. And I know as an investor, just so you know, oh my God, this is the best time. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want no one to be hurt. But I'm just talking as an investor. Oh my God, is this the best time? Okay, let me ask you something. Would you rather buy a house for $200,000 or $100,000? Well, those 200,000 homes are going to be sold for $100,000. Would you like to buy a business for $1 million or $400,000? Well, that $1 million business, you understand? That's an upstream mentality. You don't want nobody to be hurt, but shoot, if you can take advantage of it, why not? As long as here you go, as long as you're giving back to get back. Right now, I'm giving because I'm telling everybody. Now, if you want to receive it or not, that's up to you. I did my job. Let me go get paid. It might not be from you. You get paid from the universe, because if you really understand the dynamics of how the universe works, we're all connected. Universe don't look at black, white, Asian. The universe actually looks at your spirit. Guess what? Your spirit ain't got no color, but that's too deep for a lot of folks, because we just want to focus on color. And we should. Don't get me wrong. I focus on color when I'm driving my vehicle and I hear that, woo, woo, woo. You think I'm like all calm and cool? No. I'm like, oh my God, who's getting ready to get out this car and talk to me? That's what I'm thinking about. So I get it. I understand color in the external world. But I also understand another color in the internal world. They call it currency color. What is that? Could be gold, could be silver, could be green currency that we have here in the United States, or other currencies in any other world. I don't know. Bottom line is currency is currency. Oh, I get it. Well, if you're in the spiritual world, guess what? It connects to all those currencies, because we're connected to all people. Right now, I just signed a deal with a hedge fund in Hong Kong, $1 billion hedge fund. Guess what? Hong Kong got a different currency. But I'm getting ready to make a nice deposit into that account What do you mean you're making a deposit? Isn't everyone going downstream? Well, I'm going upstream. I'm making deposits into areas that's going to make me some money. And because the economy is going down, I waited. Now I worked a real good deal with them. Why? Because everyone, they saying, yeah, I'm losing a whole bunch of money. So what can, you're losing some money. What type of deal can we make? I want to give you some money, but give me a better deal. Guess what? I got a better deal. So remember that technique I just gave you. So once again, in the formulation of giving, we're going to meditate. And we recommend this 3 times a day. Why? Because you need to, or we believe you need to, start working on your mind. This is the best time to work on your mind. Don't just take this book, read 5 pages, and then read the book 3 times. I got to read 3 times on how to, from a book that created more millionaires and billionaires than any other book in the history of America. There's one more person you need to look at. I forgot. Go in the bathroom, take your chin and look, put your head to the side and look at you. And then ask yourself, is that person thinking the way they're supposed to think? Are they acting the way they're supposed to act? Do you see fear? Do you see doubt? Do you see skepticism in that mirror? Well, guess what? Don't listen to that person you see in the mirror. Because that person has 2 minds. They have a positive subconscious mind and a negative subconscious mind. That person that you see in the mirror that got a whole bunch of fear, not fear, because we all got some fear. Don't get it tripped. Don't get it twisted. We all got some doubt. But that person you're seeing is being controlled more by what they're seeing out there than they are controlled more by their internal self. Don't listen to that negative subconscious mind person, because there's 2 people you're looking at, positive and negative. You need to take your chin and look at the negative and say, nah, I ain't listening to you, because you don't have what I want. Go listen to the positive that's saying, you know what? You're going upstream. You're affirming every morning. You're reading 5 pages a day. You're going to read the book at least 3 times in a year. That's the one you need to listen to. Because there's some folks I said, listen to it, read it 3 times. Even though I've clarified it and I say, go do research on it, your subconscious mind, like, read it 3 times even though I'm broke. Even though I don't have what I want. Come on now. I'm just saying. This information I'm giving you, you can take it or leave it. I respect of whatever you decide to do. Because whatever you believe, you're right. My mentor taught me a long time ago, don't spend time arguing with people, because if they're arguing with you, they really believe in what they're saying and how they might sound insane to you, crazy to you, but they're looking at you and saying you're insane and crazy, and they really believe you're insane and crazy. So how are you going to argue with somebody that believes you're already insane and crazy? Because both y'all looking at each other saying you're insane and crazy. So that ain't going to do nothing no good. People who might even think you're insane and crazy, they can, if they're thinking on a higher level, they can say this. Hey, at least this is thinking on a higher level. At least we both agree that we disagree. Now let's go get this money. But there ain't many people out there. That's why you have a mastermind group where other people think different. They even might think differently. Like, we're going to do the breakthroughs. You might like the breakthrough, you might not. But the bottom line is it's going to get you to think. And thank God somebody's getting you to think. Because there's a whole bunch of other people out there that's getting you to think craziness. Like, our topic for today is, can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? Here it is. Can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? Can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? See, we're not talking about woe is me. We're talking about solutions and a way of thinking to get you to go upstream. I'm crazy. Just don't pay attention to me. I'm just crazy, Mr. C. Don't pay no attention to me. Think the way you want to think. Mr. Menser, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great, Mr. C. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? Can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? So could you help us out with a 3-minute meditation? Then we'll go through the process, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say in reference to your breakthrough thought with this. So good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, I was distracted because I just saw a notification from the San Diego Small Business Administration regarding people that need to refile, so I just sent it over to you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Mavette Mastermind Group Millionaire Crusader Community Coach Trainer Investor Call. We're going to start with our 3-minute meditation. The first minute we'll connect and reconnect with our Creator. The second minute we'll take out our Millionaire Toolkit, in which we write on a daily basis our affirmations, the things we say we want to accomplish, the things we say we'll put into time, energy, effort, and actions, along with the blessings of the Creator to make happen. In the third minute, we will mentally see ourselves sitting in front of our $1 million movie theater, looking up at the big screen, watching our affirmations become reality, watching positive impact on family, friends, loved ones, communities, both physical, mental, spiritual, and financial, here in the United States, but also across God's creation. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we take out our Millionaire Toolkit, review our affirmations, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For our final minute, we'll mentally see ourselves in front of a $1 million movie theater, looking up at the big screen, looking at our affirmations becoming reality, looking at positive impact for our dreams, our wishes, our goals. We're seeing them become reality, seeing them materialize, seeing them become glorious, glorious in front of our very, very eyes. Of course, that isn't just us. It's also based upon the action and the support of our Creator. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to you, Mr. C.
You know what? Mr. Menser, I checked my emails real quick and I didn't see. Did you email it to me or you text it to me? Is this something that I should be addressing right now? Let me ask you that. What you just came up with. Or something I can wait?
If I'll resend it. It does not probably impact us because of the date that's on the notification. But it basically is just telling some people that based upon the date they submitted their application, they have to resubmit again.
You're talking about for the $10,000 grant?
Yes, for the grant and the funding.
Okay, great. I love that real time. See how we do it? Let me explain something to you. The Mavette Way Mastermind Group, everybody in our mastermind group is part of our home-based business program. Because a lot of people are looking to run their own businesses from home. So we set up a system where we say we can get you the money for that, whatever that might be. And then we're going to add other resources like day trading, real estate investing, and things like that, if you're part of this mastermind group. Now, to get in is $299 and $299.99 a month. Also with that come the resources and additional revenue streams. Also with that comes a credit builder program that has been set up electronically. It's an electronic credit builder program to strategically take you to certain credit scores that are needed to help you get the money and maintain the money and help you maintain the credit. It's not just getting there, it's maintaining it, because if you're an investor, your credit's going to go up and it's going to go down. That's the nature of the game because you're using the money. But one of our major attributes that we have that's different from everybody, well, those things are already different. Everyone has their own niche. One thing that's different, and this won't be, you're going to start seeing morning podcasts like this because it makes sense. Anybody who's in our program, and even not in our program because we send this out, but if you want what somebody has, you got to do what they've done to get what they got. They're getting real-time information on money. They're focusing on mindset. So we got mindset and money that equals wealth or resources to the money. So this is our home-based business program. We all at home right now, including me. Now we can talk about drinking wine, which I've seen individuals who are doing co-broadcasts. I've seen a nice segment with Swiss Beats and, oh my God, I just forgot his name. Well, when they were doing a simulcast on who had the nice beats, Timbaland. I was into that. I was like, oh, they was battling. So we can get into that. But how about a simulcast on making money, but not just motivating you? We have a system electronically that everybody can plug into, which we're going to introduce on May 16th, where we all can make money simultaneously. Wow, how'd you come up with that idea? Think and then grow rich. I'm just saying. How'd you come up with that idea while affirming? How you come up with that idea? Writing 21 affirmations and then putting 10 on blue cards and talking about them every day. How do I do that? How do I come up with that idea? By connecting with other individuals, because when two minds connect, they create a third mind. And if all the minds are on one accord, see, that's what I want to spend. That's who I'm taking my chin and looking at. People who are thinking like, nah, I need to be affirming. I need to rethink and grow rich. I need to be focusing on upstream. So when I put my head to the side, like, are you going downstream or upstream? If you're going upstream, let's go make it happen. And even if you're going downstream, but you want to go upstream, think of the streams working simultaneously together like this. One going down and one going up, right? I'm reaching over I'm going up. I'll say I'm on the right side of the stream, the right side of the stream. I'm going on the left side and say, let me put my arm out. Anyone want to grab on? And if they grab on, they're like, it might slow me down a little bit, but the universe says it's really expediting me because if I help them, I'm really going, come on this side. They want to come over. Can we come over? Yeah, come on over. But don't talk about it. You got to be about it. I'm crazy. I'm paying attention to me. I come with some crazy stuff, right? I got some imagination, right? That's what it takes. I'm crazy. I'm paying attention to me. So, Miss Elaine, can we do the Mavet Way 10 Commandments, please?
Absolutely. The Mavet Way 10 Commandments. Number 1, we all have struggles. Regardless of our struggles, we make things happen as a team. Number 2, you can't cash in on good intentions. Only results count. We as a team get results. Number 3, it's not excuses that get you broke. It's legitimate ones. And we as a team don't accept legitimate excuses. Number 4, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. As a team, we make money. Number 5, we believe in the Mavet Way, mind, vision, energy, and technology. Number 6, we focus as a team not on what we can't do, but what we can do. Number 7, as a team, we work on it to make it happen. Number 8, as a team, we focus on ETP's estimated time payments. GTC's got the cash every week. Number 9, as a team, we go to the Mavet Way and CEBA, Community Empowerment Business Academy Advanced Trainings. Number 10, as a team, we focus on being personal credit-worthy, business credit-worthy, and making the millionaire circle wealth. Where is your focus? Back to you, billionaire Mr. C.
Excellent, excellent. Miss Ebony, good morning, good morning. Could you help us with the breakthrough declaration, please?
Absolutely. The Mavet Way Declaration. I declare breakthroughs are coming to the Mavet family community. Sudden bursts of God's goodness. Not a trickle, not a stream, but a flood of God's power. A flood of wisdom, a flood of favor. The Mavet family are breakthrough-minded millionaires. We are expecting God to overwhelm us with his goodness and amaze us with favor. This is the Mavet Way Declaration. Back to you, billionaire Mr. C.
When a upstream turns into a flood, I'm crazy. I'm paying attention to me. Thank you, Miss Ebony. Millionaire Deborah Day, good morning, good morning, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you, billionaire.
So can you help us with the breakthroughs and acknowledge who's on the call? And let's get to what we spoke on earlier, just to give everybody a perspective. Let me go back to the beginning of the PowerPoint so I can address the question so everyone can get back on point with that. And the question being, just in case folks didn't hear it, I know Mr. Mensa heard it because he asked again, can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges? Now, to help out, desire is hope. That's what desire is, hope. And you can define it as other things as well, but one of the things it represents is hope. Desire. Go look it up. Okay, Miss Day.
All right, well, we're going to start with our COO. Millionaire Mensa, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Mavet family, guests, and visitors. My answer to the question of can a burning desire serve as your driving force when faced with challenges would be yes. Having some degree of athletic success, you learned how to use the mind to overcome the physical side. When you thought that your body was tired, couldn't function, couldn't do the things that you had been practicing and working on, you learned to use the mental side to overcome the physical. And now it's learning how to use the mental to overcome mental barriers, mental challenges, and being able to go beyond where you think that you can go, where your mental strength rises in areas of challenges, and you don't allow your mental side to defeat what you're trying to accomplish. So yes, I do believe that that desire that's taking place mentally can help you overcome the challenges. And I'm a Mavet for Lower Morning Millionaire Crusader Community Coach, Trainer, Investor, because today is a great, fantastic day to be in the community sharing information with two individuals, two businesses, or more, how to invest $1 and get some money. Back to you, Millionaire Deborah Day.
Thank you, millionaire. Millionaire Darren Mooney, the floor is yours.
Uh, yes, good morning, kings and queens. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Answer to the question, can a burning desire serve you as a driving force when faced with challenges? Absolutely. I believe that there are multiple realities and that you and we get to choose our realities and we get to raise our desire, raise our passions, and as they say, energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. And I choose to create my positive reality, and I choose to overcome the challenges, and I choose to be the solution that I want to see. An old world is dying, and a new world is being created. And folks will die with the old, and folks will live with the new. I choose to live with the new because I have a burning desire, and that desire is serving my driving force to face and overcome this challenge. I am a Mavette Beloa morning millionaire, coach, trainer, crusader, investor because I get two people a day or more this money. Back to you, Millionaire Dr. Day.
Thank you, Millionaire. Millionaire Elaine, please take the floor.
Yes, to answer that question, my answer is yes. A burning desire, intense desire, focus. Whatever you focus on grows closer to you. And the more you say yes to that desire and you seek out counsel like a mastermind group like this and the multitude of counsel, there's safety. That's what the Word of God says. And so having that mastermind group and having that desire, having that plan, and coupling it with faith, faith and belief, that flowing belief through you that it shall come to pass, you will succeed. You will succeed. And constantly putting God in the mix as well, it will succeed. And I am a Mavette Galore Morning Millionaire, coach, trainer, crusader, investor, because I will help two businesses or more succeed, help myself succeed, help with being part of the solution and not the problem, and lifting up and inspiring and encouraging faith instead of fear through this time. Back to you, Millionaire Deborah Day.
Thank you, Millionaire. Millionaire Steve, the floor is yours.
Good morning, good morning. You can't tell me that all of these first responders, all of these doctors, nurses, and the medical personnel don't have a burning desire to do their job, don't have a burning desire to save lives, don't have a burning desire to help mankind. You can't tell me that some of these frail people that are pulling through with whose immunity systems are not where they should be. Bottom line is that in their mind, they say, this thing ain't taking me out. The burning desire is what they have. I'm a Mavette Beloa Morning Millionaire, crusader, coach, trainer, investor, because I have a burning desire to make sure that people understand that through this system they can get the money. Back to you, Millionaire Deborah.
Thank you, Millionaire. We have some guests on this morning. We have Millionaire Chiquita, Millionaire Ebony, Millionaire Monty, and Millionaire Monique. Welcome to the call. And if you are a guest on the line for us this morning, we would like to welcome you to the call as well. And to answer that question, can a burning desire serve as your driving force when you're faced with challenges? My answer to that is absolutely yes. And a couple of words jump out at me when I look at this question: burning desire, and then serve, and the driving force. Because in my mind, there's levels of desire. You know, you can desire something, but if you have a burning desire, you become unstoppable. You push your way to the top of whatever it is. You push your way, you press through. You push, you press, you push, you press. And you don't let nothing stop you no matter what.
the challenges become. And the more the challenges hit you in the face, the higher the challenges become. You push, you press with that burning desire, and you will overcome that challenge. I'm a Mavette Fuller, multi-millionaire crusader, coach, trainer, investor, because I know that I have been chosen. And I'll get 2 or more people the money today. Back to you, billionaire.
Excellent. Well said. Breakthrough team. Woo! You get this Monday through Friday? This is stuff you need to hear. This is just my personal opinion. You can decide, but this is stuff that you need to hear. You need to be hearing this stuff. It's my personal opinion, and this is not the only place you need to hear it. You need to go as many outlets. You know, there's individuals who are spiritual leaders who are doing some great stuff on social media right now. I mean, they are stepping up. I seen T.D. Jakes do a sermon in his church, and he was the only one in there. I was like, damn. I ain't mad at him. And he was just as motivational, inspirational, as focused with his message. I seen a piece that Michael Beckwith did the other day. Oh my, what? Off the chain. And then I see Bob Proctor, he did a piece. What? Now, where you spending time focused on? Are you focusing on 5 pages a day? Do you have a burning desire? Let me show you what your burning desire is. This is your burning desire. If you say, what's my burning desire? Whatever you put on your affirmation cards. Guess what? Nothing else counts. Your family should be on your affirmation card. So if they're there, then nothing else counts. Your income, what you want, nothing else counts. If they ain't on this, nothing else counts. You should have health on these cards. Well, if you got health, you got your creator, you got you with your dream and vision, you got your family, and you got your desire of wealth. What else counts than what's on these cards? Nothing. Now, don't matter what's happening out there in the world. You should be conscious of it. You should have an understanding of it. You should have a perspective of it. But if it ain't on the cards, then it ain't as important. It's that simple. This is your burning desire. Whatever came internally. Once again, I'm not saying that we ignore the outside world and the data, because it is just data. I'm going to give you the scientific part. What you're seeing is just data. And just like data, you program your data in your computer. So they're programming the data into your mental computer right now. And you have a conscious mind to accept or reject. So, but while you're stopping, you have to have a trigger that help you. I am and I have health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. I am and I have riches and health, wealth, happiness, love, success. While you're fighting it, it's like you got to throw out your shield. I'm not sure if you ever watched The Avengers. And then you watch the Black Panther. He has vibranium. Vibration that strengthens the brain. Well, your vibranium is your affirmations. Your vibranium is your true desire. That's what it is. It's a firm who's on the call, then I'll let you guys go, because we want to, who affirmed, who's using their vibranium, their brains, by affirming as a team. On our affirmation chat room, which is a burning desire chat room, you might as well call it that today. I'll throw mine up first, just to acknowledge, because you should lead by example. 998 days. In the name of the I am, infinite intelligence and highest holy spiritual sixth sense, assert your own energy source. If it's not the highest spiritual sixth sense, take over my subconscious mind with my consent or cooperation. Then I have almighty power working at the basis of my life. Then I have the ability to manifest anything I desire into its physical realm. Then I can do anything I have to do, go anywhere I have to go, create any wealth I have to create, and be anything I have to create. And I cannot be defeated. When you got a whole bunch of people, got a burning desire, it's hard to beat those people. Where spiritual wealth energy performance is measured, spiritual wealth energy performance is improved. The tools to the I am and I have riches and health, wealth, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. Future Mavet for lower millionaires, financial wealth, and one accord community. Didn't they have a mastermind group where all the leaders in the Black Panther got together and they had their council? That's a mastermind group. Members should upload affirmations every day by 9 a.m. Pacific. Don't miss out. How many days can you participate before going into 2020? Breaking the chain could weaken your blessing. The longer you go, the stronger your blessing will be. And they all were, I would define them as kings and queens. Wasn't no peasants in that room. We are one accord with blessed and highly favored with the Creator. Deborah Day, Alethea Garrison, Bertel Jane Pierre, Monte Gilliam, Deshaun Sweeney, Barry Mentor, Elaine Lang, Ebony Richards, Deshaun Sweeney, Chiquita White. If I missed your name, I apologize. I'll make sure I get it there tomorrow. Now, simple, what I'm telling you is making sense. It has to make sense. Okay, even if it ain't, I'm crazy, don't pay attention to me. But for the people it is making sense for, who you listening to? If it ain't on these, this helps you, they call it focus. One thing that all multimillionaires and all billionaires have is focus. What do they focus on? Whatever they want. They don't care what's happening in the world. They respect it, because what I mean by they don't care, of course they care. Let me rephrase that. They care about what's happening, but it doesn't take away their focus. How about that? That's what I'm trying to say. And if they have to adjust their focus to what's happening in the universe, they can, because they think and then grow rich. Thinking means adjusting. Thinking needs refocusing. But it doesn't mean stop focusing. Leaders, breakthrough leaders, stay on. The rest of you guys, hope you grab something today. But my question to you before I leave, well, I'll give you this. 3 types of individuals in this world. People who make things happen, people who watch things happen, and people who say what happened. I know we have people who are upstream people who are making things happen, because one thing they're not going to allow is 5 sensory data, which is the outside world, take their mind. Be blessed. We'll see you at the top.